I've been thinking, I want you to be happier. I want you to be happier.
Howdy everybody, welcome to Chilling with Cnerf55 podcast. If you guys are new to the channel, please make sure to leave a like and click the subscribe button. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the table, we have someone new today. Ladies and gentlemen, this is JadeKVR. So Jade, who are you? And tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello there, I am JadeKVR, whichever you know me as. I do some YouTube videos, content, virtual reality content that is. You can find me on YouTube if you wish to. And I'm here today to talk with Cnerf about some hot VR topics. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah. So guys, as you heard, it was JadeKVR. She's 3 channels. JadeKVR, JK Plays, and what was the last one? I can't remember. It was your unboxing channel of sorts. I can't remember which one.
JadeKVR Plays, and
JadeKVR on Rec Room. That's it.
JadeKVR on Rec
So
Room.
make sure to subscribe to all 3
my own
of
channel.
those videos. Subscribe to all 3 of those to get some amazing content. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into the video. Okay, so first of all, we're going to be starting off with the Quest 2. So Jade, do you own a Quest 2 right now?
No.
Same. Let's be poor together.
I was going to get one. I was so excited. And then as soon as I heard about the whole Facebook fandango, that you have to have a Facebook account just to use your Quest 2, that was a big no-no for me.
Yeah, and that was something that I discussed last time, and Facebook has also pushed that on the OG Oculus as well. And one thing, so on that, what do you think about that?
I am not liking it at all, because
you kind of want to keep your your social life and your gaming life separate.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, honestly, I hardly use Facebook anymore. I remember I had a Facebook account, you know, thousands of friends when it was hot, using it, school, everyone was on it, social, university, and then I think I got rid of my account at one point because I'd stopped using it. And the only reason I literally remade a Facebook account was because I was doing YouTube and I wanted to share some stuff and talk in some virtual reality groups. I didn't even add all the people I know in real life. I think I don't even think a lot of people know I have another Facebook account, a new one. But yeah, because I'm not really into like Facebook anymore. I literally only use it for those kind of purposes. And so I would say I use like Twitter, and then I have Instagram the most. Whereas Facebook, I don't know, it got a bit boring. And just as I said that, Cnerf started snoozing.
Our robot started to fall asleep. Poor guy. It's a hard job. You know, filming is a hard job.
So there's that, the social and gaming aspect separate for some people. But for me, it's more the principle. Like, I'm already sharing data if I have a Facebook account at the moment.
You shouldn't have to do that
But the idea that I have to do it to play a game is crazy to me. Like, it should be optional. And what if I want to delete that other account at some point?
Yeah, you lose all your purchases.
Then what? And also, on top of that, what if you had a security reason for not having a Facebook account, but you wanted to get into VR? Let's say you had a stalker, and you didn't want to have any social media presence. You're using your gamer tag, keeping it nice and low-key, and then all of a sudden they're saying, hey, you got to upload, have a Facebook. And the thing is, you can't just have a Facebook with, like, a gamer tag.
Exactly.
And things.
That's the problem. If you guys didn't know, if you didn't see the last episode, Facebook bans accounts that have a gamer tag. I actually got a warning from Facebook when mine was just Cnerf55 James, and I got a warning from Facebook that they were going to ban my account if I did not change my name. So, it's just...
Exactly.
I think that's... I mean, I'm a huge supporter of Oculus. I love Oculus. I think they make fantastic headsets. They're doing a lot for the VR world. But adding the Facebook thing, that's a killer for a lot of people for privacy reasons and for just, like you said, the principle of it. I mean, you should be able to play your own games without connecting it to something else.
Yeah, and without having to share lots of data, because obviously if they're disabling accounts with gamer tags or even very fresh new accounts. Basically, if you make one just for your Quest 2, a lot of people have they didn't have Facebook and basically got a Quest 2 and have been complaining on the interwebs that they made a quick account, and because it's very new and they didn't really add all of their information or upload any photos because they literally don't care about using Facebook. Facebook disabled it, and now they can't access their Quest 2. So a lot of people have already been returning the headsets. Like, literally, they were willing to compromise, and make a social media account that they don't even use. But again, you've got the problem that it wants all your data. So if you don't give them enough,
and
it's like, bye-bye. You can't use your Quest 2 that you just purchased.
Yeah, when you purchase something, when you purchase a game on the Quest Store, it's tying into Facebook Analytics. So Facebook's knowing what you're purchasing.
Exactly. And a lot of people are saying, oh, how is that any different from having a Steam account? Or it's like, yeah, of course it's different, because let's say a Steam account, a Discord account, it's literally, let's say Discord, it's a name and a number, a little bit of data, and, you're off. And it's to use that application.
But
and with
instead
Steam,
of...
it's the same thing. Whereas Facebook, what has Facebook... I'm not running my games through Facebook, so I don't need it. It's basically Facebook a marketing strategy,
Facebook's a social media app. It's not meant for gaming. It's a social media app. You're putting up photos of your family, and that's just not right to connect that with the VR world. I mean, a lot of VR is an escape. It was for me for a while anyways. VR was just a huge escape for me to get away from the world and just meet new people. I mean, and then connecting it back to who you are on the surface is not something that I think a lot of people are going to be happy about.
And it really is a problem for developers. Like you're saying, you like Oculus. Like, I like Oculus. I'm using the Oculus CV1 right now. But this was, a game-changing headset, and also didn't require that I go and get a Facebook account, even though that's going to be changing in early 2023. Or if you get a Quest 2, you have to do it immediately. But
and same with an OG Quest.
And same with an OG Quest, But it's just nonsensical, it's like it's also holding back developers, because then there's been some developers complaining on the interwebs saying, hey, how is this going to work, because I like to keep my business separate to my social media and personal accounts. And I don't want people finding me like on my work account. I'm trying to do some VR development, so I think that's a little bit inconsiderate, and we're supposed to be pushing the virtual reality industry forward. Most of us love VR and really want to see it do well. And this is almost like Mark Zuckerberg, oh, hey, I don't care about VR, I care about my Facebook and making millions of dollars.
I want to revive. I want to
revive my dying social app.
Exactly. And I just think that that's a bit of a pain to VR. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg has done great things, like we're about to talk about with the positive side of the Oculus Quest. He's done it like... How do you think...
Obviously, he wasn't originally, let's say, involved with Oculus, and I feel like
they purchased Oculus.
He's pushing it more and more into Facebook, and it's becoming less of a virtual reality headset, and virtual reality being the priority, and
more of a Facebook toy.
More about Facebook and Mark's millions.
So, I mean, how it selfish. And it accesses your friends list with Facebook? Like, what if people, like,
that's wrong.
If somebody was if you were live streaming on Oculus, if they ever fix it, and somebody saw that you were scrolling through your friends, that's a bunch of people compromised right then and there, putting their faces on the internet, instead of gamer tags or something, or, because it automatically adds your friends list.
It just seems like it should be optional and not a requirement, not mandatory. And then there's also some people who are small-scale businesses in the virtual reality industry who've always actually used Oculus headsets. And they were saying it's a big problem because our clients are not going to want to, share that sort of information.
Yeah.
So it's not even an option for us to go and get a Quest 2.
That's terrible, because the Quest 2 is a revolutionary device.
Exactly. I mean, so it's a shame that
it has better resolution than the Valve Index, but yet people are turning away from it because of a mistake Facebook made.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, the Valve Index is probably still better because,
100%, because, PC power always better,
Yeah, and then the audio on it is great, and the comfort, even without getting any extra accessories. Like, I think even for the OG Quest, I found that, I've just done a video, actually, about the VR cover Quest accessories.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
as soon as I put that on, I was like, whoa, why haven't I been wearing this earlier? Because it's amazing. So,
and I haven't bought a VR cover yet, so would you highly recommend it?
Highly. I mean, I've always used VR cover for my Vive and my CV1. I've got a VR cover on right now. So yeah, literally, I can't even remember what this used to feel like without the VR cover. I just remember years ago changing to VR cover and being like, wow.
2 hours, this thing starts to hurt.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, because I literally have been asleep in this headset since VR cover. So it's pretty comfy.
I can just imagine you just sitting in your bed, looking asleep in VR. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So, what do you think? Going away from the negative, what do you think are some of the positive things about what the Quest 2 is going to bring to the market?
Easy access into VR. So if you don't have a PC and you're looking for a budget headset, it's £100 in the UK, pounds, I don't know what it is in dollars, but I think it's $100 cheaper, is it?
The 64 is actually $200. The 64 here in America is $300.
Okay, yeah, so here the
Dang, wait, £100?
Oh, no. It's £299 in UK pounds. Yeah. And the OG Quest is £399. So that's the big, price difference, considering that the Quest 2, it's pretty amazing performance-wise. From what I've heard, I've not tried it myself, but the specs are
pretty
amazing.
insane. It's pretty insane.
Yeah, for the price of performance is like,
to see, like, a phone processor be used in VR is genius, and the way it is applied is fantastic. One of my good friends, Mewtwo, you guys will know him from on the channel. I'm actually going to have him on the show to talk everything about Quest 2, so stay tuned. But, but the Quest 2, what he's been talking about is he notices, like, major frame rate improvements. He says that it's just buttery smooth.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And that's for something that is for an iPhone and not meant to do all this.
Yeah, and if you don't have a VR and you don't have, a PC or the option to get one, actually, even if you have a PSVR, I think that the Quest 2 is a better entry-level headset now, great price of performance, and, even it's brought Isle of Lost Schools onto Quest 2, and Rec Room has, if you play Rec Room, or if you're interested in playing Rec Room in VR.
Jade, fantastic segue to our next topic. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about Rec Room news. We didn't even plan that, by the way. Jade's just that smart. Genius. He knows everything. So, as you guys can see, Jade is wearing the brand new thing that came into Rec Room, and is the, what do they call it? It's the, do they call it just the wolf set? The werewolf set. So, 4,500 for the head, 700 for the gloves, and 900 for the shirt. Which, I don't think that that's exactly expensive, but I don't think it's exactly cheap. I think it has a good happy
for what it is, it's a good price, Because I always expect Halloween outfits to be more expensive. I was lucky I got this one gifted to me, but I always expect them to be more expensive, save my tokens. And, this isn't crazy expensive, Like some of I think last year, the glowing Halloween set, and I know they've just brought out another one now, the pink one, but it is 10% Flash Friday sale this year, so even that's cheaper than it was last year, whereas last year there was no sales available, and it was a lot more expensive than the werewolf set. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing because it glows in the dark.
Yeah, the skeleton set is just a fantastic set. But I think that it's a little bit outrageous.
This is I
think what you're wearing is 100% worth the price. The skeleton part set
a little bit high.
$2,700 for a glove.
Yeah, if you're only wearing it at Halloween, that seems a little bit insane to me.
Yes,
I mean, if you're going to make it your permanent outfit, then hey, go for it. But otherwise, usually I like to buy all the Halloween outfits. That's a little bit crazy for one Halloween outfit. So
yeah, I agree. It's just and let's see. So here in America, let's do some quick math calculations, ladies and gentlemen. So
even if you have Rec Room Plus, I still feel like it would be, you'd just about make it. To buy that set. I'm trying to see. Let me see how many tokens it is.
Okay, so listen, 12,000 tokens. So you have to spend hold on, not even $20 to get the set. You have to have saved over tokens to be able to get the full set. So it's $20 here in the US to get just a set of an outfit. Don't get me wrong, I mean, that doesn't sound that outrageous to people who want to spend money on anything
or to
games.
people who spend on Fortnite skins, that's fine. But I mean, if you want to get more than one outfit, then it is outrageous. And this is Rec Room. It's not
this is a virtual game that is free.
You know?
That allows
exactly.
you
And
to
when people say...
tokens.
Exactly. And it's not like Fortnite in the sense of... Okay, I'm not saying, like, Fortnite's better than Rec Room, because I like Rec Room better.
No. It's fine.
But,
I mean,
it's... how should we say? You know, they bring out different kind of original updates all the time, whereas you know, here we have a lot of creator input and not really. I mean, the last Rec Room original was that Stunt Runner 2 years ago, nearly.
Yeah, the last Rec Room original was the what's it called? Are you talking about full game or like up? Because the last one was a drive-in map.
Oh yeah, the driving map. Nearly forgot about that. Okay, so
and I mean that was good because they brought in. Yeah, and they brought in some new stuff alongside that. I thought that was really smart.
Yeah.
To bring the trucker outfit, the popcorn, and I think, oh no, the newest...
I think it just feels like it's a long time because there hasn't been a quest for years.
Yes,
you know? And that's
I mean,
probably the most popular.
It's just saddening. Because I'm a huge quester. I love quests in Rec Room. They're so much fun.
Yeah, that does make me quite sad. I do feel like, you know... and a lot of people are going to disagree with this. It's a controversial one. As much as they are doing great stuff with the Maker Pen, they do kind of forget a little bit people who play Rec Room originals and don't necessarily do anything with the Maker Pen. You know, it's not like what it used to be. If you started in 2016, let's say, or 2017, it's changed a lot, you know? Because I remember when they used to do that update night, and there used to be a bit of a different vibe. Everyone used to get onto the Discord and see. And I feel like they were dropping things all the time. Like when Rec Royale first came out, no one even knew it was coming out. That's how crazy they were with updates. That's how fast they were dropping updates. Now, I don't expect them to be like that nowadays because we've moved into kind of the creative era and we have a lot of awesome tools that we didn't have before. But it would be nice if they dropped, you know, a Rec Room original maybe once a year. Like, I heard that we're not getting a quest this year, and I was like, wait, I was looking forward to it all year since like January, and apparently it's not.
Another sad thing to me as a quest player is, did you hear that Rec Room is planning on not releasing Rec Royale or Isle of the Lost Souls on the original quest?
That's pretty disappointing.
Which makes me, no offense to Rec Room, but that makes me infuriated to hear that they had original plans to bring Isle out on the original quest, and they were actually planning on doing it this year, before 2021.
Exactly.
And it just makes me mad.
If they were limited by the hardware, I'd be a bit more okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like, whereas there's no excuse for really not bringing out a new quest. Like, you know, I hate to be one of those people because, you know, the Rec Room devs are awesome and everything, but come on, give us a quest. I'm going to be one of those people. Give us a quest.
And what I'm going to imagine, and hearing the Isle thing and the Rec Royale thing, are they going to completely forget about the original quest players, and are we going to get nothing new?
Yeah, it's like at least if we got a new quest, then it would, you know, soften the blow a little bit, considering that they did kind of, you know, hint towards bringing those things out on the original quest. And I think especially because people are limited now and have not just, you know, usually it's monetary reasons for not getting a new headset, but let's say you sold your Quest 1, you know, before this Quest 2 come out, you could have got quite a decent price for it. It wouldn't have probably been worth it if you don't want to be ethically compromised. So then with that, you're only, if you haven't got a PC or another headset, you're stuck with your Quest and you can't access Isle of Lost Skulls or Rec Royale unless you want to, you know, compromise your privacy and ethics.
Exactly. And I'm over here writing down checks, seeing how I can bargain with people to try and get my hands on a Quest 2.
Yeah. So it's quite sad. It is sad. You know, at least if we had a new Quest coming out, you'd say, hey, you know, it is what it is. They brought us a new Quest.
Yeah, you may not get the original, but we're going to get some... Hey, all you Quest 1, you guys are going to get something new. We may not be able to bring you the old stuff, but we're going to give you guys something new to play with. And maybe sometime in the future, we could give you something else.
I just feel like it's all about content creation, like from creators and tools and tools and tools.
And it's just fantastic.
It's great, but at the end of the day, they're never going to be able to make the kind of activities that... We were talking about this last night, funnily enough, in my Discord on a voice call. Oh. They're never going to be... And a lot of people are agreeing that they're never going to be able... A lot of actually very big Rec Room fans who used to play 2016, 17, a lot of them have stopped, and I was asking them, you know, how come? Basically. And they were just saying, you know, hasn't been anything new for a while, and also it's all about creators now, and a lot of them in the call weren't creators. So some of them were, actually, but are just a little bit disheartened by the lack of Rec Room originals. And they also have PCs, so they can go and play other, you know, games instead. So I mean, I feel like when you had a good balance, we got both the creators, the questers, and also there was just a different kind of community vibe. Yeah. And then, you know, because there was a bit more excitement, like what's going to drop, you know? Whereas now it just feels like nothing's ever going to drop, just outfits. And you know.
Exactly. One thing that I was talking about with one of my friends, you guys know the Homester fans. We were talking about the Rec Room, the FNAF Rec Room hoodie. And I mean, it was cool, and we were all just we were just proud that Rec Room got a sponsor. But they did one thing that we were talking about, and don't get me wrong, I think it was fantastic. I love that hoodie. I'm a huge fan of Five Nights at Freddy's. But when they brought it out as a secret update, as you say, like there was no thumbnail for it. It was what they would do to announce a new That's what they did with Sunset Drive-In and things. So we all thought that there was going to be something absolutely awesome. We were going to get a new quest, maybe another new paintball map or something, or a laser tag map. But it kind of deflated us when we saw they gave us a hoodie. I mean, like I said, the hoodie's fantastic.
It's awesome, but it's sad.
And it's a hoodie.
It's close.
It's just a hoodie with some symbols on it. I mean, I would have liked maybe like the Freddy hat, like a tiny little hat that'll sit on the side of offset on your head, or like a actual, like a Foxy hook or something. Like, that would have been a crossover. But giving us a hoodie with a couple of symbols, it was just very disappointing.
The hoodie was good, but it is just so much focus on people coming into the game, spending tokens, it feels like, and making content, you know? Like, make fun updates, just forget about everyone else. And I feel like a lot of those players who don't necessarily, let's say, speedrun or don't want to do the same quest over and over and over, but do like just Rec Room originals, like
both eye in the corner just crying.
They've just like they've moved on to other things, and it's kind of sad to see that kind of break in the community.
And I mean, I'm okay with
and I think they broke in it because they just feel like no one is paying attention, and they don't want to complain and be like, hey, bring us a quest. So they're just like, hey, you know, I guess I'll play another game. Goodbye,
one thing that I see, one thing that I don't see, and I think that they're hurting themselves by doing that. I mean, one thing that they don't, no offense to Rec Room, Harry, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but they do something to a point where the game gets kind of stale. I took a huge rec break for a while because I just got so bored.
Me too.
And I just didn't enjoy the game anymore. I mean, I lost tons of, I pushed away a bunch of friends and apologized to them. And you guys know who you are if you're watching. But it just, there was no reason to play Rec Room anymore. There was nothing new. There was no fun things. I mean, obviously, there's the weekly challenges every week, but you get to a certain extent where you're tired of grinding so many things and getting there. I love Quest, and I love the Quest grinds and speedruns and things, but it gets to a point where I get tired of it. And that's why when I branched off, I played more games on my Quest. I played more flat-screen games. I ventured out and played Fall Guys and played more Apex Legends and a bunch of things like that and had a great time with those. And some of the most played rooms in Rec Room are the Rec Original quests.
Yeah. Because I know they want engagement, so they're saying, like, creator rooms bring engagement, but I'm like, but a lot of those Rec Room Originals bring a ton of engagement, so surely, you know, an odd quest every 6 months, let's say, or every year, it wouldn't be a bad thing. And also, like, I know people who have left who, they were both a creator and a quester, but they liked kind of the balance, so in the sense that they would be creating a room, and then they would have a break and go and do some questing, and then go back to creating, but now they're just like, there's no new Rec Room quests, so they've stopped playing. And then since they've stopped playing those, they've stopped creating because they're not on anymore. So it's like, it's kind of a vicious circle. I feel like, okay, we got lots of new players because of all the new platforms, iOS, Xbox.
Yeah.
We had PSVR, we had, it just, but they're all like VR, but I meant the like pancake platforms. So what we got iOS, PC Screen Mode.
And Xbox just recently got announced. Xbox players.
So that's fair enough, but I'm gonna go out on a limb here. And see, I feel like in other games you can kind of say your opinion and it's kind of chill, but sometimes people lose their mind a little bit lately. And the Rec Room used to be super chill, but nowadays it's like if you say anything bad, like when I did my protest, people lose their minds a little bit.
Wait, seriously?
I took that a little bit too seriously. I'm like, it was in good fun, it was good humor, it was a chance to talk about what they thought was,
check out that video,
which items were expensive. Yeah, but then at the same time, it's also just a chance to have a little bit of fun with, we complain about tokens, but we also love the game. So
and nobody
to make. Nobody gets
hurt. If I remember correctly, nobody bashed Rec Room and flat out called them.
No, they were just talking about the merch. And that's the thing, I feel like community engagement and getting some feedback from the community that plays your game the most. It's never a bad thing, even if you ignore it and think, whatever, we're going to do what we do. It's nice.
It's just good to look at it.
Yeah, exactly, to know what different people in the game think, because it's a community. I always feel in Rec Room, it's not just, we want to keep that sense of community. It's not just a game.
Yeah.
But I do feel like as Pancake has, screen mode has come into the game, it has become a little bit less community because there is a focus on, getting more players. But it's like, I want to know how many of those players stay engaged as opposed to
or how many,
players.
or they're screen players. The screen players, a lot of them, I don't condone this at all, making fun of screen players, but
I get that a lot of people convert to VR and it's great because it gets new players. I just, as a friend the other day just got, their first VR headset, and it's friends who I met here in Rec Room, not in real life. So I met them on screen mode and always played with them on screen mode, and then they got their first VR and it was just amazing to them. And if they'd never played it on screen mode, they might not have ever got a VR. So I think that's awesome that we're bringing new people into the game. But then of course, because the game is free to play, bringing screen mode changes it. Like, I think if you're going to have a free to play game and then you're going to have screen mode, there is a different kind of level of commitment from the new players that come in. Some will be lovely, some will be nice, but there will be a lot more trolls, because let's say someone who's invested into a VR headset, any VR headset, they've spent money, they don't necessarily want to get banned from a game that's free to play, very popular in the VR community, so they're going to have a bit more respect coming in, whereas a lot of screen players might just download it on their phone. And
or
they had, if they get banned, it doesn't matter to them because they haven't spent a lot of money on a headset.
Test
so
out, see what it's like, and then out.
Yeah, so they have kind of sometimes different attitudes coming in. Most people who cause trouble in the rec center are often level 1 screen players as opposed to level 1 VR players. So now obviously you get it from both. Don't get me wrong. I've dealt with a lot of toxic VR players. But it's just, as soon as Screamo was introduced, the toxicity, shall we say, was much more palatable, much more noticeable. And it makes sense because there's a lot of trolls in the world. It's nothing to do with VR, non-VR. There's just a lot of horrible, unfortunately, there's a lot of amazing people, but there is a lot of either not so nice people or also just trolls who join games just to, I don't know, they've got problems maybe in their life and they want to come in and troll people. I don't know what their reasons are, but it's a common thing. That's why we have the word troll. So it's like, if it's free to play and now on other platforms where people haven't put an investment in to playing, then you're opening yourself up to a lot more trolls, and it kind of changes the dynamic of the community. So I feel like a lot's changed.
And Jade, I'm going to pause you real fast right there. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll get into our very final topic for the show. And we're back from the commercial break, everybody. Yes, that's right. I totally have commercial breaks. Okay. So before we move on to our third topic of the day, we did talk about that we wanted to add just one more thing that we wanted to talk about. about Rec Room, and that is Isle of the Lost Skulls. Isle of the Lost Skulls has recently been added to the library of games that Oculus Quest players can take. And they added new rewards, right? It was the, what's it called?
Yes,
new
medallion.
Yeah, the free medallion, the S rank,
another
green pirate set, and a red pirate set.
Yes.
And so if you want to pick those up, go check Isle out. And the free medallion, I think, expires soon. Also, if you people want to see what it looks like, here it is.
It's very cute.
It is nice. It's very nice.
I've got to say.
It's just...
And it's free, shockingly.
It's a gold item. So that means it'd be like worth 5,000 tokens, and it's free.
That's what confuses me about Rec Room, that you can get some amazing items for free, and then you can get a skeleton set for $20. And it's like, I'm so confused about this economy.
Guys, if you guys didn't know this, JadeK has her own room inside of Rec Room called Quest of the Jade. Quest of the Jade. I swear I played it. I did. I didn't forget about it. But Jade actually got... Go ahead. Jade got her own special item, which is the Laurel Crown. And that crown is a gold item, and it looks fantastic. And it's free. It's a free thing.
Free.
And I don't understand. No offense to Rec Room again. They're thinking with giving the creator promotion rooms, or fine, but you get something that good of quality for free, and then they could turn around and sell gloves for 2,700 tokens. I
Confused.com.
I am 100%. Can we get a hashtag confused down in the comments, ladies and gentlemen?
Yeah, I'm waiting for Black Friday to come into Rec Room. I know they do the Flash Friday sales for 10% off.
They do a Black Friday, is it?
No. They do it. No, just Flash Fridays at the moment. Flash Fridays, but I'm hoping for a Black Friday. This is something I've been saying since 2017.
I
never gonna happen.
I want that whole Rec Room experience of running into the rec center, nailing people with your hands, moving through the crowd,
just
what you want,
and
actually have them sell out for a little while. Like, walk up
limited
to
merch,
and they're gone, and then they come back after a couple of hours just to troll people.
Do you know what the other thing I'd really love? A 5-star random box, because they used to be one.
Yeah, well,
and then it disappeared.
And then you used to be able to get the cat ears from leveling up.
Yeah, you used to be able to get everything for free, yeah.
And I didn't play Rec Room back then. I started Rec Room at around 2017-ish. But my old
something I used to do in 2017 before, I don't know, I think, was it a 5-star box? I'm sure what it was anyway, is that the boxes always used to be a little bit cheaper. I'm sure it was a 5-star box than, like, let's say, a 5-star item. Because I think at the moment, a 4-star box...
It's
I don't know, remember the prices?
I think the boxes are 800.
I feel like maybe it used to be 700. I don't know, but whatever it was, I just remember thinking, why is this box system changed? Because what we used to do is it was such good value that we used to always, on a Wednesday, me and a friend of mine used to go to the merch booth and just buy a couple of random boxes, because it was always significantly cheaper than even if it was a couple hundred tokens, than to buy an item of that star. So it was like, hey, even if we get something we don't like, it's hilarious, it's a bit of fun, and if we get something we do like, we've saved a couple of hundred tokens, or it was 100 tokens or something. Whereas now, some of the boxes are the same price as, let's say, the 4-star items.
Yeah.
So what's the point in buying a mystery box?
Yeah, what's the point? Exactly.
I don't get it.
Why get something you don't want, and then with a possible chance you get it, or just buy something that you've had your eyes on for the shop for a couple of weeks?
It's only fun if you're gifting other people, so you're just like, hey, I'm just going to give them a mystery box.
We're not going to get...
I'm not
going to be... Exactly. I'm not going to be doing something kind, but I'm not going to give you exactly what you want. You're just... It's, as the old saying, get what you get and you don't pitch a fit.
Yeah. But it's like, I don't have that fun anymore of just buying a box, because there's no sense to it. I just think, hey, well, I may as well just save for the particular item. Let's say that the item is 800 tokens and the box is 800 tokens, or whatever it is.
For 800. I think it is 800.
Some
for
of
a
the items are the same. Is it 700?
Maybe it is. I don't know.
800? No, it's 800. Yeah. So some of the items, I remember looking in the 4-star range and thinking they're the same price as the box. So why would I get the box? Whereas if the box was, let's say, 700 tokens, and I know it's discounted for Rec Room Plus members, so it's like 720 tokens. But I mean, they're paying for Rec Room Plus, so
yeah, I'm seeing 700.
Again, they're not really saving anything.
Yeah, I'm seeing 700s, 750s, 900s, 800s all across the board on your basic 4-star items, and just to spend 800 on just 4-star. Yeah. So to segue into things that don't make sense, before we move into our third topic, I'm going to talk about Rec Room Plus. I didn't have the show at the time Rec Room Plus was released. Now, do you own Rec Room Plus, Jade?
I got it recently for Halloween. Because I was literally like, I always save tokens around the time, and I always end up buying tokens. So I think in September I got Rec Room Plus because I was like, yeah, I guess I'm going to spend a lot of tokens. So if I get Rec Room Plus, it's a better way to do it.
I got this.
Nice. And also, I was away from Rec Room for a while before that, so I didn't even get Rec Room Plus,
do a video or something,
because I wasn't. You have to log in to make sure you get your tokens, and I wasn't logging in frequently enough.
Rec Room Plus is a good idea, but then again, a bad idea. I mean, yes, $8, not bad at all, but another subscription? There's subscriptions on everything nowadays. Everything. I mean, like,
I feel like
just like me, I pay for PlayStation Plus. And to pay for PlayStation Plus, which if you're going to get 3 months is $25, you have that. And then if you play on PlayStation VR, you have to add the additional thing of Rec Room Plus, which is $8. So right then and there, you hit almost $35, and that's not that great. I mean, yes, you get a lot of good advantages and a lot of cool stuff, but you still got to spend like $4,500 for that cool face.
I feel like I would have been much more excited about Rec Room Plus back in the day. Like, I feel like if those things were happening, like there was more original content, then I feel like, hey, you know, when you buy games all the time or whatever, it's like, hey, I'm buying, this is the game that I play the most, and yeah, I'm subscribing to it, but there's a lot of original content that I'm playing. I'm spending a lot of time on the game, so.
And nowadays, whereas
now it's like, I don't know, am I paying to chit chat? Like, you know, just hang around in the rec center,
like exactly. Yeah, spending that money to like get on this game every 2 weeks or so, and you only have a month. I think it's just 1 month of Rec Room Plus. How much is it to get? How much do you get for Rec Room Plus? Hold on, let me see. Is it how long? Do you know?
I do think the value is good for Rec Room Plus.
Yeah,
for the price to token value. I think it's perfect. I just think, okay, what would make it better is if they had that original content. So then it's like, hey, I'm actually subscribing to a game, as opposed to, you know, subscribing to. I'm not sure, because I can't even say you're subscribing to creators, because now creators are going to be able to get paid. So I'm going to be able to buy their stuff anyway with tokens. So
this is what it says here: 6,000 tokens per month, per monthly, 10 USD value, delivered 15,000 per week. Additional membership benefits: free 4-star boxes every week, 10% discount in Rec Room stores that accept tokens, exclusive access to the RR Plus section of the item store, and 100 saved outfit slots. That's dumb. Why not roll that out?
At the same time, I am excited about. See, now a lot of things I disagree with some of the price points in the shop. But I actually am a fan of Rec Room Plus, minus the fact that there isn't enough original content to feel like the subscription is worth it, because then at times, if I'm taking a break all the time, then I'm going to unsubscribe every 5 minutes and then resubscribe. That's basically what I'm going to end up doing. And then second of all,
Oculus doesn't support memberships. However, you can sign up on other platforms. So if you own Oculus Quest,
I had to sign Steam to get this.
Are you kidding me? So on Oculus, you had to sign up. That's dumb. Yeah. Anyways, you continue. Sorry for interrupting. That was just
so I had to relog on Steam, and then
that just blew
the
my
other
mind.
thing is the only thing I don't agree. So I'm actually a fan, I suppose, then of Rec Room Plus. The only thing is, I feel like it needs to be big shock. It needs to be more maybe they're not gonna. It needs to be either we're getting a quest every year, or we're getting something, something original, that makes it feel a bit more like, hey, the subscription is worth it. Yeah, people say, hey, it's a game and it's free, but at the same time, then you could say, hey, I'd rather just pay for the game once if there's not going to be any original content. Then
exactly.
And then the other thing is, the thing I don't agree with is the saved outfit slot thing. Like, why have we 100 really for people who are going to buy Rec Room Plus? It's usually for the tokens. And if something else was added that they came up with, it would be quite nice.
I think a lot of people want the saved outfit slots as well. That's been something that people have asked for a long time.
Whereas the saved outfit
shove it under the bus,
I feel should be available to everybody.
To everyone. Maybe it will be one day.
Yeah, and especially since this was a feature that they were going to roll out before Rec Room Plus to everyone. So it feels like they're pulling back. They're kind of going back on it. It's almost like when they said Rec Royale 2 is coming out.
Yeah, and then they pulled back, and I heard Jay talk about it, and I heard Harry talk about it when I was speaking to them, and then they just pull it back under the put it back 2
years ago. Like, I've been waiting for 2 years.
They shoveled it back under, and then we're like, this year.
I literally remember playing Season 1 and thinking, oh my gosh, is it going to be like, let's say Fall
like
Guys,
Fortnite or something,
Fortnite. Yeah, so I was literally playing in the middle of the night, trying to quickly finish the season, and I did it within maybe a couple of months or a couple of weeks, or I feel like it might have been the same month I finished it. Quite. It seems quite ridiculous now. I'm dumb, but at the time I thought I had a limited amount of time to play, and I was loving it. It was great because no one expected that. I love how they just used to drop original content, and it was like, so hey, we just did this because we wanted to. Here you go. But now it's like, be a creator or.
Or be nothing. I mean,
don't play the game. We don't care about you. I don't know.
I know, exactly. It's just painful to see, and especially content creators. Like when they promise to give PlayStation streamer cam. I mean, I know it's not possible because of the limitations, but there was never any notion that they tried. I mean, they may. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes.
I think that there isn't. I don't think that. PSVR, I mean, if you think about the amount of lag and how many times people lag out on PSVR, I don't think PSVR could handle it. So I've got to give it to Rectum on that. I don't think it was even a possibility with hardware. Maybe PS5.
And that's a valid point. And that's just sad to me because, me being hopeful, I thought maybe they could find some way to work it out. But I mean,
I don't feel so bad because they didn't promise anyone anything on that. So it's like,
that is true.
It's only when they kind of go back on things and then it's like, come on, really?
Yeah.
2 years Rec Royale, and then it's like,
Harry's like laser tag map. Every 5-year-old in his streams like new laser tag map. Everybody sees it. They talk about it more. We come back. It's a year now, and there's nothing. I mean,
I feel like laser tag and paintball. There's a couple of maps.
Yeah. Well, laser tag is too. I think laser tag is.
There's only 2, but the thing is, a lot less people play laser tag than paintball from what I've seen. I don't know if it's true.
Yeah, no, that's completely true. Visits and hot pages and stuff like that.
So I'm like, hey, look, it makes sense, that decision to me. They can't do everything. But Quest is highly popular, and people have been playing the game for a long time. I mean, we haven't got many quests.
I know.
What? I know.
Whereas
even paintball, I love paintball. Paintball is my other favorite. It's Quest and paintball for me. Quest and paintball.
And laser tag for me.
But I'm fine with the maps. First of all, we got the drive-in. But even if we didn't get the drive-in, I love the old maps. There's quite a lot of them, and I feel like there's a different experience every time you go to each map. Whereas
I don't know
Quest they're all different. Really change too much. Like if you've played the Quest, let's say you play Golden Trophy, you play Golden Trophy, you play Golden Trophy. It's even though I still enjoy Golden Trophy, it's nice when you get a new quest like Isle of Lost Souls or Crescendo. It changes it up. It's not. If you're playing with the same quest group even as well, it's not really. You can start giving yourself challenges like Omega challenges. Run to the end before you kill anything and things like that to make it great again. But it's not the same as, let's say, paintball or laser tag. You don't necessarily need new maps because it's, you meet new people and it's new interactions.
Yeah, and you play with new people every single time.
Different. And it's a lot more people in the game, so it's a whole
and in paintball,
experience.
There's good people, there's bad people, there's 1,000 IQ people. I saw a guy, I was halfway across the map. This guy detonates his grenade, chucks it like an absolute Hail Mary, throws it over across the map, and hits me right between the eyes with the grenade and kills me.
Like, because it's PvP and there's a lot of different gameplay styles, I think that keeps it fresh, keeps it interesting. It's always changing.
Paintball, I don't think paintball will ever die in the Rec Room community. I don't think it will ever die. Well,
whereas quests, people, let's say, I know people who only like, I like a variety of quests, but let's say there's people who really like the Jumbotron, and there's nothing really like it, or they like using the bow and arrow, and there's only, Crimson and Golden, so it would be nice to get a bit more,
variety.
Quest.
I know, that's all we need! Rec Room, please! That's all we need!
I think as well, because everyone got so excited, like at the beginning of this year, and 2020 has been such a bad year, which kind of brings us into our next topic. And everyone got really excited, and then it was just a big disappointment, everything else in 2020.
Don't get me wrong, one of the most exciting things to me is hearing the release of vehicles. That is just mind-blowing.
I will agree with that.
That is mind-blowing that this game's going to be able to support a full moving vehicle. That's just fantastic. And terraforming, be able to create more realistic-looking ground. I mean, that's awesome stuff. As Jade and I touched over on later, that's creator stuff.
Yeah, and again, even back in the day, with the limitations, creators made amazing things, and there was just a different kind of community. So it was like, hey, maybe we don't have realistic grass or something, but this is amazing with the tools you've got. And also it was very, the
taco lounge, a taco lounge when you couldn't fly. I mean, A Few Good Tacos, I heard him talking about that, where he made the taco lounge, or whatever it was one of his maps. He made it back in Rec Room when you could not fly, and that place is beautiful. Looks fantastic.
Oh, yeah. A Few Good Tacos.
And you couldn't fly then.
Yeah, there's lots of amazing creators.
And that was teleportation.
That are crazy. I've got some rooms on my favorites list that, the things they managed to create before it was possible is just mind-blowing to me. But yeah, so it brings us into our next topic, I guess.
On to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. COVID-19. So COVID-19 has completely shook up the VR industry, especially the VR social industry, VR chat, alt space, and the very game we're in right now, Rec Room. If you look, the player base spikes. I've seen, a lot of the player base go up on those games during this quarantine. Because when you can't go anywhere, what else are you supposed to do? Now, how has the quarantine affected you in, London?
I think that's quite difficult, of course. You can't go out, and that's not necessarily good for anyone's mental health or physical health, or because there's only so much exercise you can do inside.
I know, and there's only so much motivation. There's only so much motivation.
Yeah, and if you don't have a garden, like a lot of people in London, it can be quite miserable to be stuck inside. So it's quite a difficult time, I would say. And then there was a lot of, people's industries talking about VR changing, and it was like, what are we going to do next? System. What's going to happen? The work system, the school system,
everything, and it was
one of the reasons I wasn't playing VR as much, because I was just like, oh, where am I going with things? I was doing some freelancing at the time, and I was like, this is not a good time to be a freelancer. This is not good. I need to change my plan. I need to go back into something else, and I'm actually now doing what I want to do, but but that was just the struggle of the pandemic. I've got to say,
it's been terrible.
Everything changed.
The thing strapped to my face right now is the only thing that's truly kept me sane during this. And when the quarantine started, I was pretty much on this every single day and every single hour. There was nothing else I could do. I couldn't go anywhere. I couldn't do anything. And the only people I had were my Rec Room friends. And then closer to the end of the quarantine, where I was like, when this just it settled in that this isn't going to end.
I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? Because adults are all panicking, kind of thinking, what's changing. Let's say your work changes, or your life changes, or you're thinking, should I move, or all different things. Whereas for kids then as well, they've, the focus is probably on the lack of social interaction because you're not at school. And that's just VR. That explains, because there was a massive spike, I noticed, in VR use.
Especially in Rec Room. And just games and Rec Room where people can express their creativity to other people. Because, a lot of people, like, what's it called? Singing venues. Like, I enjoy music, I sing, and I play guitar, and I obviously don't do anything, but my old guitar teacher, he said
That's funny, so do I. I didn't know you did that.
You did what? Guitar?
Yeah, sing and guitar.
Oh,
play
that's awesome!
Guitar. Not in Rec Room, but in real life.
Yeah, but with him, he would rent venues and do guitar concerts and stuff. He can't do that, and that took a huge hit into his pay. And then there's a lot of artists who can't go out, and people don't really want to take things that they make because there's the risk of COVID getting on the papers and the easels and pens and stuff that were made. And I mean, I think Rec Room is a good outlet to draw and create in 3D space. I think that for creator tools, as much as we were bashing on it, I think now is a good time for people to have it and use it. And it helps a lot of people out.
And as well, you know, the social aspect of VR is really good because obviously people can't go out and socialize, so they can get on VR and socialize, make new friends, even if they're stuck at home and, you know, they haven't seen anyone all year. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, some of my best friends are event through here.
Oh, right, yeah, of course, yeah, same. And also, also, I know that a lot of people have used virtual reality to escape. Apparently, in hospitals, there was some use of VR, and also for rehabilitation.
That's
awesome. There was an article on
rehabilitation?
Yeah, so
awesome.
After COVID or something, there was some people who were using VR as part of their rehab programs, and then also a lot of people doing medical training in VR.
I
because
have
obviously,
heard about that.
You know, we've got. I mean, there's always been medical training in VR, but apparently that has spiked too because of COVID.
I read something at the beginning, like closer to the end. Well, actually, pretty recently, I read that a business did a meeting here in Rec Room. They did they had everybody on either mobile controller or anybody who had a VR headset. They got them all together, built a fantastic. I can't imagine like a bunch of 40-year-olds just over here making a Rec Room office space and going in there and hosting an actual business meeting. Like that blows my mind.
I've actually seen a lot of that. Yeah.
Really?
A few, if you look it up, there's a few different social apps that have been used by companies.
I've heard about
Altspace, yeah. I think Big Screen as well.
Yeah, I can see that. For like presentations.
Meetings, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, it's great if people weren't really, you know, I think there's a lot of people who were unaware, shall we say, of VR. And
I mean, I'm waiting for VR to go
mainstream. They've delved into it, so... You know, hey, one positive thing, you know, from the absolute disaster that is COVID-19.
Of the
world. To end on a positive note, hey, it's brought some people into VR, and that's never a bad thing.
And VR is slowly becoming mainstream with the game Population 1. And Jade, are you going to get
I just got sent an email about that, asking me to test Population 1. So I've literally I might need a buddy in VR, so I've literally just received that email, and you've reminded me that when I get off this podcast I need to reply to that.
Well, I'm excited to see that. I am going to be grabbing a copy, and I am going to be doing a review. And the saddest thing to me is Oculus Quest recordings. You guys will sadly not get to hear the audio of my beautiful voice speaking in live time with my teammates and other people.
Yeah.
So that's depressing.
I thought it was going to be out a long time ago because I did a top 10 maybe before Quest came out, I think.
Yeah, I remember. I saw that.
Yeah, and Population 1 was on it because it was rumored for that time. But yeah, it's here now.
And I'm excited. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying for the podcast to listen to Jade and I ramble about virtual reality.
Yeah, we can talk all day about VR.
I know, honest to goodness, there's no reason not to talk about VR and to get into VR. Now is one of the best times to do so with the Quest 2, and PC VR is slowly becoming a lot more affordable as well. With
and VR is the future.
It really is, future gaming. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Guys, please make sure to check out JadeKVR's YouTube channels and subscribe and send her a cheer here on Rec Room. And thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. And this was the CNC Podcast. I'll see you guys later.